people out of 2 million actually contract this form of autoimmune, so it's very rare. Basically, they also call it pulseless disease, and it was picked up when she had a hernia operation and they couldn't find a detectable blood pressure read in the arms, and that's how they picked up on it. So from that point on, she obviously went and seen a rheumatologist, and she had, they were suppressing her immune system and using methotrexates and prednislones and stuff like that. And when Shara and I got together, I wasn't really happy knowing that she was taking these, suppressing her immune. And I actually then tried to work with the former company's product that had changed. When Tom's former company was sold, it actually went through some radical changes and the products weren't as good. But anyway, I was trying to quell the actual inflammation in her body with those products, and I couldn't get it under control. Her inflammation levels, ESR and CRP levels, were spiking all the time. We couldn't get it under control, and then I was spending a small fortune there too, to be honest. And then I came across Tom again and Fucoidan and the Triangle of Life. So we placed Shara on the Triangle of Life products, and in 1 month her inflammation markers halved. The second month they halved again, and the third month she was off all the meds. So unbeknownst to her rheumatologist, he was quite happy with where she was at, and she was off her medication, so that was absolutely wonderful. She went on to actually have a heart failure because of that form of autoimmune. It had already done a significant amount of damage to her aortic valve, and that damage just progressed really. And she ended up having an open heart surgery. An open heart surgery, and had the aortic valve replaced. That was another horrific ordeal, really. She contracted golden staph about 3 weeks prior. While she was in there waiting for the operation, she contracted golden staph. We knocked that out quite quickly. I did a bit of PubMed research, and I found that resveratrol was good for it. I found that fucoidan was good for it, and basically we knocked that out quite quickly. They only grew one culture, which I feel that we knocked it out straight away. But unfortunately, she had to go through a 14-day protocol of intravenous antibiotics, which just knocked the hell out of her, really. It was terrible. Nearly bumped her off, to be honest, but it was terrible. But anyway, she actually had the open heart surgery. There was no inflammation. They were so happy with the operation itself. Prior to the operation, they'd wanted to do a PET scan and look for inflammation, because they were concerned that because of the Takayasu's arteritis being within the aortic arch, they were actually very concerned that they wouldn't be able to suture in a new valve. And I knew within my own heart that there was no inflammation there because of Shara being on the Triangle of Life products. But they insisted that they wanted to do a PET scan, which I wasn't really happy about. I wasn't happy about the thought of having radiation and all that through the body. But anyway, I could understand their logic. So she had a PET scan done. There was absolutely no inflammation in the aortic arch. They went ahead, did the surgery, and it went beautifully. They were just wrapped. So, I put that down to the Triangle of Life products, which was just phenomenal. Anyway, that was fantastic. The AGE pill came out, which is great. Place chart that sorted out her immune system. Basically, 90 days after being on the AGE pill, she went and had some vascular work done. They had a look at her disease state, and they found that her disease is actually fizzed out. So now she's getting a blood pressure read back in the arms, which is phenomenal. And so really, thank goodness for these products. I truly believe they saved a life. The prognosis wasn't very good when she had the TAC. Apparently it was only about 15-year kind of prognosis, which wasn't good, but now she's really fighting fit. So, yeah.
You bet. Wow.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So
I can tell when you're telling star stories, you really... Hang on, it's me. I got an unstable internet connection. Hang on. It's kicking me off. Can you hear me all right, Trevor?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay. My internet had said that it was unstable. You know, Trevor, when you're talking about Shar, I can tell you really get emotional about it. I mean, that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
You thought you were going to lose her.
It brings a tear to my eye. It really does. It's a phenomenal story. And, yeah, a lot of people to thank for it, mate. Yep.
Yeah, when you can find some natural products that can actually save somebody's life, it's worth telling the world, isn't it?
It certainly is, Kurt. It certainly is, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of testimonials just from my own family too on how it works. I mean, but Shar's story, I mean, with the disease that she had, just an autoimmune disease that was just destroying her arteries from the inside out. Basically, think of it like a radiator hose on your car, and the radiator hose is blowing out from the inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she had no blood flow down the arms, no detectable blood pressure read. Yeah, just and to turn that all around, you know, just fantastic, mate. That's exactly how it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and how is she doing now today?
She's great. She's absolutely great. We go for walks. Yeah. She punches up and down hills, you know. Yeah, she's great. It's just we don't even consider it anymore.
And she's got a pulse in her wrist now, doesn't she?
She's got a pulse in her arms. We can actually get a blood pressure read in her arms, which she didn't have. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's there, you know. It's 110s over something, you know, which is great. You know.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, happy and congratulations for all the just great work that the Sizzle products have done for you and Shar.
Yeah, my word, mate. Yeah.
For sure. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for co-hosting with me tonight too. You know I kind of put you on the spot. You weren't ready for it or anything like that. So I'm gonna bring my buddy on. He's sitting back here. Trevor, this is my friend Willard Peterson. Willard played bass guitar with Bob Dylan, and he played with Steve Miller for 25 years. And you know, we met about 15 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I introduced him to the Sizzle products, and he uses a lot of different products, and just you know. He's gotten a great results and almost 70 years old and I want him to share with everybody what he's doing and how he feels and how he's kind of going into that time of his life and not really feeling like most 70-year-olds.
Well, you know, I got a saying about that, but we won't share that.
That's right.
That's right. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Trevor. Yeah, a touching story, man, and great testimonial to the Sizzle products. And like Doc said, I've been involved with Doc Fizz, well, ever since you've been doing Sizzle, and I've taken a multitude of products. But the one I'm excited about now, and I'm totally healthy. I'm not on any pharmaceutical drugs. The only drugs I'm taking is the one he prescribes for me, the Sizzle products, and I've remained very well. And I'm excited about the new Sizzle product. What did you introduce it to me?
The H2, yeah.
The H2, yeah, the Sizzle sticks and the hydrogen. Hydrogen, how do you say that? You need hydrogen in your blood plus the oxygen. And so, you know, I got the science from that talking to Doc Fizz, and he said, well, if you have that hydrogen and oxygen in your blood, you won't get sick because nothing can live in an oxygenated and a hydrogen and H2O2 environment in your bloodstream. So I've been doing the Sizzle sticks every day since I've been on it. And I feel like $1 million. It's just I can't say enough about it. You know, I mean, the product is, you know, based in science, meaning you have to have that in your bloodstream, the oxygen and the hydrogen, H2O2. And like I said, nothing can live in an alkaline environment like that when you're presented in the bloodstream. So it fights off all diseases. I mean, with hydrogen and oxygen, they've cured a multitude of things. I mean, it's all over the internet, you know.
That's right.
That's awesome.
What other products are you? Oh, go ahead, Trevor.
You get to feel the product. You get to feel that product, and you know it's working. You know, to be able to take a product like that and actually feel it. Is that right, Willard? You feel it?
Yeah, I feel. I mean, every day I feel. You know, up real clear. You know, it's a lot of oxygen in that old brain of mine. So, and I'm working all day long. I don't get tired. My energy level is real good, but I've always been an athlete and try to stay healthy for the most part, you know, being a, you know, playing rock and roll for all those years too. But when I met Doc Fizz, we struck it off, and he so well in the beginning. And then I started following, you know, his regime because he was so well versed on the homeopathic side of nutrition and what he did, you know, how, I mean, probably all your viewers know how he saved his leg and didn't buy into all the hype that was handed to take off his leg and stuff. Well, once he did that, and I saw him in a wheelchair for 2 years, and all he did was have his nose to the grindstone in the book on how to help us homeopathically after he helped himself. So, you know, when he did that, I went, whoa, I've seen it hands-on. So, you know, when Doc Fizz talks, I listen most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Good stuff. Yeah, great.
So,
Yeah, Trevor, Billy also takes the age pill.
yes, yeah.
And I mean, he notices when he runs out. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people, they say, oh, I don't notice anything. And then they run out and then they go, holy cow, I realized I ran out of it.
Right. You know, for me, the age pill just keeps me in that active state. And like you said, when I run out of it, when I ran out of it, remember, I just came and I said, hey, I'm out of the H pill. You give me a bottle of H pill.
Oh, and his roommate, Keith, is taking it now. He started kind of swiping some of Billy's age pill, and he himself, now he's on it all the time, too.
All the time. He loves it. Yeah. He said, wow, same thing. When he ran out, you know, I said, well, I'm going to see Doc Fizz. He'll give you another bottle, you know. So he ran out. So, I mean, it's a testimonial just to overall wellness and feeling healthy, I think, rather than like a symptomatic deep problem. I mean, it's just keeping us healthy, right? With the hydrogen water and the age pill. I mean, it just keeps me totally energized. And I realize when I run out and I go, wow, I'm not feeling like I was. You know?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, awesome Trevor, stuff. When you talk about when you share the H2 water with people, you know, tell Billy kind of how you explain it to people, how that actually works in the system.
Well, I sort of just basically explained that, you know, we're building hydrogen in the water and we're splitting away the H2 away from the oxygen. So, and that when you ingest it, you know, if you ingest it within 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you let it wait and create the hydrogen within the water. Mm-hmm. And then you ingest it, you know, and the H2, the hydrogen's an awesome molecule because it basically knocks out the hydroxyl radicals, and which is the most dangerous free radical out there, you know, which and it knocks that out and brings it right back to water. So that's basically how I explain it, Kurt. I try and keep it pretty simple. I just know it does a lot of good in the body. Yeah, really, you caught me out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's basically all I sort of say to people, Kurt, and share that it does so many things within the body. I sent out a little. I got a list of stuff what it can do in the body, and yeah, that's it really. Just
Yeah. Trevor, you have any other questions on products or Billy, you have anything you want to share as far as like, you know, your I mean, being an athlete, I mean, he still does some speed skating. He actually speed skated way back in the Olympics, way back in 1980. So
yeah, I was skated in the Olympic trials and stuff. Didn't make the team, you know, however, but you know, I spent a lot of time at the Olympic Training Center in the old days, you know, back in 1980. So wow. Being an athlete too, actually, you know, the musician's lifestyle is maybe not the most healthy lifestyle, but being, you know, musician and an athlete at the same time kind of kept me off, you know, that lifestyle my whole life. So, you know, I think I party now more than I ever did when I was a kid. You know?
Well, that's an awesome story. Are you taking anything else other than the H pill and H2 stuff?
I've taken a lot of sizzle products. I mean, the resveratrol product, and yep, Infinity, yep,
Eternity,
and all three of those things, yep. So I've been doing all of those.
Awesome. And do you also use like the personal care products? You know, the safe, non-toxic, personal care products. You using those yet, or?
Not at this point, no.
Okay, mate. Yeah, well, they're incredible in their own right.
Yeah.
Tom was the very first person to start making safe products back in the 80s, and his products are absolutely incredible. If you get to use those, you'll be astonished of how good they are. You know, they're testament to the quality of what this guy's putting together. So, yeah, good to hear that you're on all those nutritionals. Yeah, you'll be around for a while. Hopefully, you might be able to get Bob Dylan onto him, mate. You think you'd be able to do that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Because he is an awesome. Oh, he's one of my favourite musicians. We spoke once before about this, Billy. We spoke about this once before.
Well, I recorded if you're a big Dylan fan, I recorded a record with Bob Dylan called "Blood on the Tracks," Tangled Up in Blue, and yeah. So that won a couple of Grammys, and we got in the Grammy Hall of Fame. It's 45 years ago when I cut that record with Dylan. So, we got in the Grammy.
Sorry for getting a bit off. We're getting a bit off track here, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kurt, sorry, mate. But anyway,
but it adds to the story, when you hear about somebody that could afford to do anything, and he's taking sizzle products, and that's the cool part about it is that they really work, and that's the true testimonial.
Awesome, great.
They really work. Well, Billy, thanks for sharing your story with us.
Fizz, you bet.
All right, and I'll bring Micheal onto the call here, and he can share his story.
Fantastic.
All right,
Trevor. Good to see you, bud.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Billy.
Yep.
I'm going to bring Trevor or Micheal onto the call. Micheal, I'm going to promote you to a panelist here, and allow you to talk. So give me 2 seconds. There you are. Hey, Micheal, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
All right, you're sitting on the wrong side of the car or wrong side of the truck.
Yeah, I'm parked at the beach.
Oh, you're parked at the beach.
You see that?
Oh, nice. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. You're still sitting on the wrong side of the car, though. You should be on the left-hand side, not the right-hand side.
I'm what? Sitting on the wrong side? Oh, yeah.
He's on. Sorry, mate, but he's on the right side of the road there, Kurt. You're wrong.
I'm in America. I got to teach you about that. So, Micheal, I know Katie said that you had a good story to share, and I'm just going to hand the microphone over to you and let you tell your story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried the H2 stick and the age pill, and I'm aware that you need to give these things a go. My body tends to respond to things pretty quick. I didn't have any expectations, but I was observant. So within 3 days, I can't verify which one particularly was doing what. I'd like to test them again separately. But within 3 days, I noticed immediately I was waking up refreshed. I had a better sort of attitude towards life as I woke up, a more positive mood. I've had some low points that I've sort of come out of recently with health and other circumstances. And so that really, I noticed that a big time. The other thing that was I was clear-headed, so I wasn't as foggy in the head. Physically, I just felt like I just wanted to go and do some exercise. I just wanted to go, like I normally already do stuff, but I was out of my routine, and I was noticing that I was just meant to be doing other activities in my day, like just as you go about your day, and I kept going, oh, gee, I just want to go for a run, or I want to go. So it gave me energy, I suppose, is the point to that. What were the other things? Overall, it's been probably only 2 weeks or something. I like to test things for 30 days to a minimum of 90 days. because I'm aware that the cells regenerate and you get brand new cells. So I really want to see what's happening at the end of that time. But I'm noticing the best way I'll put it is it's like a car, and if you've got inefficient fuel and your tires have got holes in them, they're punctured, and other parts of the car need repairing, you're not gonna have a fun experience driving around. And I just feel like it's subtle, and it's subjective, but I feel like my body's slowly repairing different things so that when I'm operating in the world, in my body, things are easier to do. So it's just making other areas of my life easier because the body's now repairing and functioning more optimally. It's sort of like before we got unleaded fuel and we had to add that additive to the old fuel, all of a sudden the car ran better and you could accelerate better and you could pull out into traffic. You perform better. So that's probably it in a summary, but I can feel there's other things happening, and I know there's more to come.
So it sounds like you're trying to tell us that you're more like a Ferrari instead of a Chevrolet right now.
I think I'm on my way. I won't say that, but yeah. Yep.
All right. So you're more into Corvette mood, not into Ferrari.
I think the parts are getting changed, and yeah, maybe I'm a Mustang.
A Mustang. There you go. GT500 Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby. Love Shelby.
There you go. I'm working.
Yeah, so I'm interested in taking, I can't remember the exact name. I think it's the TX, the one with the Astragalus. Is that TX?
Yes, that's a great product.
Yeah, I was already aware of Astragalus and the benefit of that years ago. And so to put them together, really, that would be hugely powerful to have that with the age pill. I would be amazed at anyone what sort of results they'd get in 90 days, whatever they were hoping for. They would see amazing results. Just knowing the background, the research and knowledge, what's in those ingredients.
Yeah, we did a talk on it just a couple of days ago. Andrea and I did on the TSX product and on the astragalus and telomeres and that. And really, if you know the formulation, because on the bottle it just says proprietary blend, and so you can't see how much of each actual ingredient in there. But based on the science that Tom Maurer has shared with me, we've got more astragalus root. We've got the two most active extracts from astragalus, and then we've got two real active extracts from bacopa at the same time. So we've got the most powerful telomere enhancing product on the market.
So what was the other one? You said two of the back?
Yeah, so we have two from astragalus and the cycloastragalol, and then another astragaloside, and then we have two bacopicides that come from bacopa.
Oh, bacopa, we call it. Well, that's what I call it.
Okay, is that what you call it?
Bacopa, yeah. So that is an area that I've wanted to improve my memory. I had a gut problem probably 10 years ago, and I wasn't absorbing any nutrition for about 2 years. And in that time, I got short-term memory. It improved as my nutrition I started to absorb food again, but I've noticed it hasn't been the same. And I'm aware that bacopa is one of the best herbs in the brain. So
and bacopa or bacopa, however you want to say it, it helps to renew and refresh those connections between the neurons in your brain too. So that's why we have bacopa in our brain vitality product as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so great. Another great product that you want to look at in the future.
Yeah, I was just thinking back on the H2. I did stop that briefly. I have had other products that had hydrogen over the years. I haven't stayed on them, but so I'm aware of what benefits it has for you. But in that short time I was on it, I would put a lot of the energized and alertness and the feeling to exercise down to the H2 stick. And recovery, that's right. I woke up, I'd gone to the gym a day or two before, and I noticed I woke up in the morning and moved my arm over, and I'd done shoulders, and I felt like my shoulder was pumped, and it wasn't sore. I didn't have any more delayed onset soreness. I just woke up and I reached over to grab something. I was still in bed, and I went, I feel like I've just been pumping iron in my sleep or something. I think that was too.
Yeah. Well, that hydrogen, like Trevor was saying, that hydrogen is such a great product. It's the most powerful antioxidant on the planet, and H2 is the fuel for all your cells. That's what your body needs to make ATP. So, Trevor, do you have any questions or comments for Micheal there?
Yeah, good on you, Micheal. Sounds like you're on a great set of products there, mate. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your progress, really. It sounds like you've got a bit of knowledge there too, which is really helpful. And you're on the right track. So you're working with some fantastic products there, and I really look forward to seeing, you know, what you're going to be like in a few more months. Really good.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that was great was with the age pill is I was already taking alpha lipoic acid, ribose, and L-carnitine. So this is just a lot easier, and in the end, you're getting a lot more for your money.
That's right.
For sure.
Like having to buy, that's just 3 of those ingredients. I don't know how many is there in there? 6 or 7?
Yeah.
And then nicotinamide.
One of the things, Micheal, Trevor and I, we already kind of talked about it in the past on different calls, but Tom's coming out with a new product in probably this fall yet, probably in the next couple months. And so it'll be in your springtime, our fall time. But he's coming out with a product that he's calling the Bomb. And what it'll be is it'll remove all the senolytic cells out of your body. And the easiest way to describe senolytic cells, your cells all have a built-in expiration date. They're supposed to basically commit suicide. Your cells are supposed to commit suicide in a certain amount of time. Different cells have different rates. And because of pesticides, because of endocrine disruptors, because of different types of chemicals, the cells aren't going through that cell death at the time that they're supposed to. So your body's saying, "Hey, you're supposed to die now," and the cells are refusing to do it. And so the new science, Aubrey de Grey says that we want to figure out how to get rid of those old dead dying cells. And Tom actually came up with the science on it. And he shared some of that with me, and wait till you see this product. It'll blow you away. That, along with the TSX and the age pills, could be like we're going to have like a 1, 2, 3 punch.
Yeah, I did hear that. That was a talk he did. There was a recording of him mentioning it, and that was pretty exciting. That was an amazing talk he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing
I'm excited about that.
Fits in with that is the Hayflick effect. I'm not sure if you're probably aware of the Hayflick effect. Is that the splitting of the cells, how many times a cell can divide? Yeah, and so they linked that. Someone who did some research on that they looked into carnosine being able to slow down, or was it actually increase the number of times it could split, or slow down the splitting? And so you've got carnosine in the H pill.
Yeah, that's fantastic too, right? To be able to increase the Hayflick limit like that, or yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that thing there has just got a number of some of the best ingredients that work just on their own, all in one bottle.
That's right, Mike. It's just great that's the thing about Sizzle products, you know. They're full of synergy, and there's not a stone that's unturned. And Tom researching the research puts all those ingredients all together. So phenomenal company, phenomenal products, and I can hear it in your voice, Micheal. You've got a bit of knowledge there, and you can see it. So it's great to hear it from you. You know, good stuff.
Yeah, look, I'm taking 6 in the morning and night, and I just have a positive feeling about when I take them, the age pill. And so that's really important, that you're feeling that you're doing something good for yourself. And I used to take a number of different things, and I'd be on and off them. I wouldn't be regular. But just to know that it's been all put together saves me the trouble I mean, it's not only cost, but the trouble of going and sourcing all the different things. I've got to go to different shops, and just to have them all in one, and then I'm saving them, you know, instead of having to mix them and open a variety of bottles. That's kind of a minor thing. It mightn't seem significant, but I've known a lot of naturopaths and been out with one, and she even gave up being a naturopath because one of the number one dissatisfying parts of the job was she couldn't get her clients to be compliant. It meant that they wouldn't stay on whatever she prescribed for. They were lucky to keep taking whatever she prescribed for a month. And a lot of times the naturopaths want you to be on it for 3 months to really get the benefits of what they're trying to achieve with you. So, and I know myself, and I'm pretty good at taking things, but I still sort of, if there's an excuse, if, you know, it's too easy. So just having it all in one capsules makes it a lot easier.
That's right. That's right. Well, hey guys, you know, it's the bottom of the hour here, and we try and keep the call around a half hour long for everyone, so that we don't get too long. Is there any last closing thoughts that you want to share, Michael? And then we'll pass it over to Trevor, and you can share any thoughts, and we'll close out the call.
I can't think of anything at the moment. I'm just looking forward to. I would have jumped on the resveratrol product, and some of the other ones. Is it the Triangle of Life you've got? The 3 bottle. I'm really looking forward to trying some of those. I just wanted to separate them so I could sort of be aware of what benefits I was getting from what. But I'm chopping at the bit to just throw them all in there because I know how good they are.
There you go. Yeah, me too. Trevor, I'll hand it over to you, and if you want to close out the call for everyone with some closing thoughts that you might have. And Michael, thanks for being on the call and sharing your amazing story. You've got some knowledge, you've got some science. Can we count on you to be back on the call?
Yeah, sure. I suppose the one thing I'm thinking of to summarize it is, in my mind, I've decided that I want to live the healthiest, longest life I can. And this begins. There's no excuses anymore. We're at the point in history we've got these available to us. We don't need to be a victim with our health anymore.
That's true.
The power's in our hands, and we need to start doing something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Michael. Well, you found a great range of products, mate. I'm really looking forward for you to try the Triangle of Life, because they're the basis of nutrition. Great to hear you're on the H pill and the H2 stick, and feeling, you know, something with those 2 products. And Kurt, I just want to thank you for this call today, mate. Great call. And everyone who's on the call and listening in on the call, thank you very much. And we look forward to doing this again, Kurt.
You bet. Well, thanks, Trevor, for jumping on the spot with me. And Michael, thanks for sharing your amazing story. And Billy, thanks for his story as well. And you know, kind of a guy's weekend, I guess, on the testimonials, but that's all right too. That's all right. And I'll look forward to seeing all you in a matter of about 6 months. I'll be down there in Australia with you. So
Good on you, Kurt. Thank you, mate.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye, mate. Bye.
Thanks, Kurt.